engineering from EPFL. I've been doing research in the US at Caltech on hypersonic flows, and I'm passionate about space, basically. And I've discovered blockchain as a way to disrupt society.
Yeah, my name is Addai. I've been a crypto investor for a few years now. Most of all, I'm absolutely enthused in terms of not just about the cryptography, cryptocurrency aspect, but moreover the innovation and how it's going to transform the world we live in the next 5 to 10 years. So, pleasure to be here.
You use social media. You have basically some platforms or groups where they will track what is going new in the world. The same way you will heard about a new startup in Silicon Valley. It's basically talking to people. For ICOs, you have websites that are tracking all the new ICOs coming to it. It's really about investigating people chatting with each other.
I mean, first of all, do strong due diligence, do your research, but most of all, distrust social networks. So, for me, I like to take a contrarian perspective, question and validate my information on other sources of social media platforms, as well as all the official channels as well.
And what's interesting is the ICOs that do heavy marketing on Facebook versus the one that are very like in the shadow. And usually the one in the shadow are performing better or are more interesting in terms of disruption, and because they're not building the success of the ICO on hype, so on marketing, but on a real product that will help society. So you have two ways to do it. Either you trust a software on your computer to own basically the keys of your wallet, or you put the keys in a hardware key, like a USB key or a sophisticated USB key. And those two examples are basically representing all the possibilities with that. If you go for the software, it's very easy to access it wherever you are in the world, as long as you have a computer. So it's very easy to send money, to receive money, to trade it. However, you take the risk that someone hacks your computer or steals your computer and have access to it. If you are into the hardware wallet, the one where you have a USB key, for example, or a sophisticated USB key, then if you don't have it on your side, on your own pockets or whatever, you cannot do anything. So it's really about what you want to do with the money you have, with the cryptocurrencies you have.
I mean, most of all, protecting your money, there are lots of avenues. There's paper wallets, which is simply your private keys printed on a piece of paper. Personally, I prefer to have a wallet like a ledger. It's got two-factor authentication. It requires physical action on the buttons to validate the transactions. You can support multiple currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, and plenty of others, and the numbers are also growing right now. Well, pretty much it's like, there's been lots of bubbles in history, but it's not about just Bitcoin. It's about the fundamental blockchain technology. It's about the innovation that's going to be built on top of the blockchain. It's about the most transformative invention since the invention of the internet. So it's very exciting times.
I think the question is whether a bubble is positive or negative. For sure, there are companies that are worthless. Companies are trying to do something great. If they achieve it, it's going to be amazing. But if they don't, it's going to worth nothing. So if you're an investor in those companies, you're going to lose. It's going to be considered a bubble. But actually, it's just the risk of investing in new startups. If you're a venture capitalist, you basically deal with those risks every day. Switzerland is a great company for it because it has the regulation blocks, the foundation of it, to allow it to exist or to have the liberty to test, to try. And at the same time, it has just the lack of regulations so that people just try. And if you put a lot of regulation on it, then you will have less innovation and less probability to have a successful company that will disrupt society.
But it's an exciting space, and I think the rewards is definitely worth the risks for sure.